welcome back to the channel. I'm Paul. In today's video we're gonna check out our new Foxbody notch, so let's go. We're gonna have a look at our new notch, but I've left it on the hoist because I know the hoist is 100% level, and this way you guys will get an accurate view of the stance. We'll then do a cold start, and my initial plan was to pull it outside, but it's just way too hot and muggy out there, so we'll do the complete review in here. We'll go through everything. Yeah, I'll tell you as much as I know about the car, but basically what you see is what I got. I actually haven't even started it since I've picked it up, haven't wiped it down, haven't vacuumed it, haven't detailed it, haven't done absolutely nothing because I wanted you guys to see exactly how I got it and my starting point and some of the changes that I plan on making to it. So with that said, let's fire it up. Give you some basic info about the car. I got it from my buddy Mark. He owned it for about 5 years, so I'm very familiar with the car and all the goodies that were in it. He actually didn't drive it very much, and then finally decided to let it go, and here we are. So it's a 1987 Foxbody original 5.0. The original paint was actually looked at the Marty report. It's a medium Cabernet paint. This paint is very nice. Mark wasn't actually sure what the paint code was, but it looks like a DSG or a very dark charcoal to me. Depending on the lighting, the color changes. So the darker it is outside, the more black it looks, but under good lighting and sun, it's definitely a gray with a heavy metallic flake in it. The car is heavily modified. It's in mint condition. I'd give the paint probably one of my better paint cars that I've owned. I'd give it maybe like a 9.8. It only has like a few little blemishes here and there, but that's me being picky. The interior is gorgeous. It's all black inside, and the motor is built. It's boosted, and you know all the headache stuff is done, like the 5-lug swap. So the Cobra brakes, front and back, are done. It's got subframe connectors, full exhaust, BBK shorties into BBK not off-road H-pipe, a high-flow Cat H-pipe into your Flowmaster mufflers and tailpipes. So excellent exhaust. The motor is a 302 Boss block. It's got an almighty B cam in it, which I love, and I'm sure you guys can hear it in the cold startup there. It's got the outer block aluminum heads, trick flow intake, V2 supercharge, and it's making some pretty good power. I got the dyno sheet. It's sitting at about 471 at the rear wheels. It's for a computer. It actually has a Holley HP ECU and wiring in it, so that's nice. It's got some gauges. It's got some chrome gauges on the hood, as you can see. I'm not sure about those. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with those, but we'll see. They're starting to grow on me slowly. And what else? Yeah, as we go through the car, as I can think of more, I'll keep filling you guys in. So let's have a look inside, and we'll check out the motor, and we'll keep going forward. Let's have a peek inside, and it's really clean in here, guys. The all black panels are nice. The door jambs are nice and clean, mint. We got brand new Corbeau seats. I know in the video they look like they're a light gray, but they're actually black, but just a lighter black. Nonetheless, they're brand new and they feel great. They have the little squeeze pump for the lumbar, which is pretty cool. We got a nice Momo wheel here. It's a 89 tilt column. I haven't looked at it yet, but it feels like it's a Hurst shifter under there. You can see it's got the 2 AM gauges on the dash. You got your boost and wideband, and there's also a doubled-in stereo. It's actually my first Foxbody that has a decent stereo. So it has a full sound system. It has actually 210s in the back on the wall, which I'll show you guys as well. New tweeters in the dash. We got some door speakers, new like Pioneer 6x9s, and you got 210s with like an old school Fosgate amp. The back is excellent as well, spotless. The tray back there is immaculate. Headliner is excellent shape. And what Mark did was he actually converted the car to every light is LED. So even got the map light working, which is pretty cool, and LED as well. LED in the trunk, LED headlights. I think the only one he said he couldn't get going was he couldn't find the specific relay for the back taillights. But otherwise, I'm super happy with all the lighting. The cluster lights up, amazing. The best lighting cluster in a Fox that I've ever had. Nice and clear there. Let's check out the trunk. The trunk is pretty clean. It actually pops nicely, and again, he's got the LED lights working there, nice brightness, LED plate lights as well. But the trunk is very clean. You got the wipers sitting in here, but it's even hard to find a coupe with a nice interior panel. Let's see if I can get in there. There's the system. You got your rear shock tower brace, and we got 210s there set up with that. Look at the stance here, guys, and when I come down, you can see the front is nice and tucked, but the back is a little bit up. So the front is on coilovers. The back is on a shock and a I forget what that's called. It's an adjustable spring in the spring perch, so it's not a true coilover per se, but it is easily adjustable. So I'm going to bring the back down a little bit. So we got 24.5 inches on the front, and I'm guessing this is probably going to be about 2, maybe 1.5. And the back, catch the edge there. Okay, the back is 26.5. So obviously we got a 2-inch difference from the front to the back. So I'll probably bring the back down initially 1 inch, have a look at it, and adjust from there. All right, let's take a look at the motor, guys. There's a lot of great components in here. Obviously, you can see the trick flow intake, 75 mil throttle body, V2 supercharger. You got your MSD 6AL over there, MSD coil. We got our aluminum heads, Boss block, our exhaust, great cooling system in place, triple pass rad with the Durrell dual fan. I had this exact setup in my turbo car. It keeps the car cool, and there's just a lot of great components. I'm going to try my best to clean up and organize the wiring a little better, try to hide these like yellow wires, and just clean up these wires overall. But yeah, it's really good. Everything's fresh here. Hasn't been driven much. I think Mark was saying in the 5 years that he owned it, he put maybe 500K on the car. So there's not a whole lot to do, which is nice for a change. As far as fuel, we have a 255 pump in the back. We got upgraded fuel rails in there. I know we're running the 52-pound Shelby injectors. Nice little fuel pressure regulator there with its own gauge on it to complement. So let's talk about some of the changes that I want to make to the car. And the for sure ones are, I like my coupes without tints. So I will be removing the tints. That's a pit of a job, especially the rear one, and trying not to lose the rear defrost. Not that it really matters anyways, because I don't need the rear defrost, but I still want to try to maintain the lines there. So the tints are going to come off. The next change is I'm definitely going to lower it down at least an inch to start in the back, and then we'll go from there. And then I'm going to clean up the wires a little bit better, try to hide some of those colored wires, black them all out. Maybe put the battery in the trunk. I actually have a battery box kit. You can actually see it right there on the shelf. So the car underneath has a pound of the undercoating. So somebody's been undercoating it and undercoating it and undercoating it. So I'm going to do my thing. That's another messy job, but I'm going to do my thing, scrape all that off, clean it all up, re-spray it black, my usual black under there, and really make it look tidy. So that's going to be I'm probably going to save that one for over the winter, because right now I want to focus on getting it on the road, enjoying it, taking it to some meets, and just driving it and learning a little bit more about the car. And some of the maybes are maybe the chrome gauges are going to come off. I'm not sure about them, but the more I start to look at them, the more I start to kind of appreciate that old school nostalgic look. They definitely complement the chrome ponies. And the other maybe is, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the system. It sounds great as it is without the subwoofer, so I'm not sure if I'm going to pull those out and that Fosgate amp, so we'll see about that. But those are all things I can think about along the way. It does have a couple of little minor leaks. The usual rear main seal leak. I can see the tranny is leaking from the tail shaft, so I'll get that address, and I can see there's a little leak coming from the power steering pump. And actually, this one actually doesn't squeal that much, but it does look like there's a leak coming from it. So it is what it is. We'll fix those things slowly as we go, but otherwise, it's an awesome car. Super happy to be back in the notch. What a beautiful car to get my hands on. I wasn't expecting Mark to sell it. Thanks a lot, Mark. I really appreciate that. All right, that about does it for today, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Let us know what you think of our new notch, and you guys know what to do. Give the video a like, drop in a comment, smash the subscribe button. You guys know we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you again here on DaFox.